Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because we are playing with the Sigma and Little Mermaid collab. This palette right here, as well as there's a couple other items in the collection. We're going to talk about the colors, we're going to swatch them and see what they're all about. But you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. If you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look, using the new collab from Sigma and the Little Mermaid, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, this is long overdue because this is one of the things that Luke sent to me, if I remember correctly. It was released early on in September. It is mid-October, so I think it's long overdue that I film this. This is the Sigma and the Little Mermaid. I saw this and I was so excited to get it. I didn't care that it was going to take me a little bit to get it. So you've got some neutral shades, you've got some pastels, you've got some of the deeper tones. So I think you have a variety of options in here, including some multi-chromes, some really pretty shimmers, some matte tones. And then the pressings in here are gorgeous. You have the Trident, Seashell, you have the Prince, Ursula, Ariel, of course. So I want to swatch these, see what it's all about. I was originally looking at this and I was like, this reminds me of a palette. And I had to go search. It reminded me kind of the Laura Lee collab that she did with her niece, Erin. When I pulled it up, there's some similar shades. I understand why it gave me that vibe, but they are not identical. I was looking and I was like, but that was a very pastel palette. And I don't have it with me to show it. And when I was pulling up images, I couldn't find exact images of the palette. But maybe you liked that palette color story and weren't able to pick it up because it was limited edition. This is very similar vibes, but I feel like for the matte pastels that they had in that palette, you have the shimmer and multi-chromes in this palette. Weird comparison. It just, when I was looking at it, I was like, this reminds me of something similar in my collection. But I'm excited for this. Let me swatch the shades. We'll come back and discuss. Okay, you guys, these shades are so yummy. The first two I want to talk about are Soft Shell and Swimming. They are so buttery smooth, so creamy, and they're kind of like foiled glitter shimmers. They are so buttery smooth. When I first swatched Soft Shell, I was like, this kind of feels like a putty. It is so foiled, so beautiful. Gorgeous autumn color. Then you've got a bunch of different shimmers. The multi-chromes like Jumpin' Jellyfish and Swimming, very gorgeous. I love the shifts. The shade Sing is definitely one of those champagne shades that I could wear for work. And then the matte tones, they swatched so nicely. And there's a lot of times where you'll get a matte where wherever you put your finger and then go to pull, it is literally just the fingerprint. These swatched so nicely. So I'm really excited to dive in. I feel like we have quite a few options. I'm not completely sure what I want to do. I kind of want to do autumn colors, but then I also want to do some of the fun like Ursula shades, which I'm definitely getting those vibes from Dark Magic, Treasure Trove, and 3 Days, hence why they're probably next to each other in the palette. And then I do like that there is a matte black to help deepen up, as well as a matte brown to kind of have a little more subdued. Like the grouping that I would love to play with today, if I was keeping it neutral, is Loverboy, Soft Shell, Sing, and Sea King, and then maybe put a seagull like right here in the inner corner. I think that would be a lot of fun, and that's a cute little, like it's an offset quad because of where seagull is. But let me go ahead, clean up my arm, and figure out a way forward. Okay, I definitely have a way forward, and I'm really excited to try this out. Going into the shade 3 Days. So I'm going to pop this pale purple into the crease. Have we figured out which way I'm going to go? I'm using the purple. You guys, last night we went to a Halloween party. It was so much fun, but I have not stayed out that late in a long time. We got back to our rooms around like 2. It was fun, but I needed a nap yesterday afternoon before we left, and I knew that because I'd gotten up at 4 a.m. to work out. I was like, I need some sleep if we're gonna like go and be at a friend's house and hanging out. And then I tried to sleep in today. That did not work. So like I said, we got back at 2. I was able to stay in bed until about 7. And then my body is like, get up. It's time to get up. I attempted to do steampunk. Y'all will have to let me know what you ended up doing for Halloween. I'm going to go into the shade Dark Magic. This one I'm going to start placing with my fluffy crease brush, and then I'm going to finesse with my compacted smudge brush. But what I had attempted to do with steampunk, the hat that I purchased was too big, and I just ended up foregoing it. And I was joking that like the rest of the costume, that I was kind of a like ringleader. And they're like, I could see that. I could see circus ringleader. I was like, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. But I had done my makeup with some dramatic gold accents. And I was like, if I had a Cleopatra costume, I could have been Cleopatra. All right, I'm switching over to the compacted smudge brush. But it was weird. Like this year, I completely forgot to buy my costume. And we had talked about Halloween and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Like, but this year's a little weird for me. Like with everything going on with work, I just have not, like, if I don't write it down, I'm not remembering what I need to do. And then all of a sudden there was a conversation in our group chat and I was like, shoot, I need to buy a costume. And when I found what I originally wanted, it wasn't going to be delivered until the beginning of November. And I was like, that's not going to work. So it wasn't even like my first costume that I wanted, which kind of sucks. I think that was where the lack of motivation was, because it wasn't what I originally had planned. But you know what? We still had fun, and I wasn't just in bed by 8 o'clock, which there's nothing wrong with that, because during the week I'm hanging out in bed, like editing and stuff, or like getting my video ready for my editor. But I'm also up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym and work out. All right, so we've got that built up. I think I want to deepen it a little bit more. And then I might add some of the black in for accent before I do the other shades. And then into the matte black called Villainous. All right, this one I'm going to use my pencil brush. I had to make sure it was clean because I used it yesterday. I have the like gold super shiny pigment, and I had used my liquid like glitter glue. This still had gold glitter all over it. So I was just cleaning it before the video. I was like, interesting, but it flaked off. Everything's fine. All right, so right here in the lash line, in the outer V. Just deepened up a little bit. And really, the outer V is just the accent, whereas the shimmer is going to be the focus, as always for me. Did you guys pick this up? Are you passing on it? I want to know. Going into the shade Treasure Trove. This one I'm going to pick up on my middle finger and place it in the center. How gorgeous that shade is. This one looks like it actually has a shift, and I didn't notice it when I was swatched on my arm. It's got like a purple to like tealish blue. I don't know if you guys, can you see it? This is actually supposed to be purple. All right, well, let's see what it looks like on the eye. I did not notice the shift at first. That is so funny. Do you guys see it? Yeah, in the pan it looks purple. And then if I shift it, I can see tones of green. Okay, now I want to go into the shade Swimming. And this one I'm going to put like right through here, because this one kind of has that like scarab effect. So I'm just going to blend them together, and then dry brush, I'm going to pick up Swimming just to finesse it into the crease a little bit. If it wants to pick up. And it's so foiled it doesn't really want to. All right, I'm going to switch to one of my silicone brushes and see if I can get it to pick up and do what I want it to do. Okay, so now it's going through the crease. All right, I'm going to go do this eye and some base products. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, we need to finish off this eye look. And base products are done as much as they can because I do have a blush and highlighter in this collection. I'm thinking for the under eye, I kind of want to use one of the neutral shades. I'm going to use the shade Loverboy. This one I'm going to take the entire length. So I'm wondering, because Halloween is right around the corner. By the time you see this, it'll be into November. At what point do you start listening to holiday music? Like, I'm getting into that point where I'm like, okay, I want to switch over. I've been listening to a lot of Lindsay Sterling, and I love her music, and I love her radio on Spotify because there's a lot of variety. But I do also love her Christmas music. And I'm like, is it too early to listen? Granted, I try not to do that in October, but like starting in November, I'm all for it. Because especially with the weather getting crisp here, it's like, okay, we're starting the winter markets. We're planning a couple winter market trips. So it's like, am I allowed to listen to music or Christmas music right now? I'm just wondering, like, when do you, because I see TikToks and I'm like, how are you already decorating? We haven't even done Halloween. Granted, I know my cousin Jamie, she does not decorate for Halloween. She decorates for Christmas for Halloween. But each person has their preference. So I'm just like wondering, what do you guys think is like the right time frame? Like, when do you guys decide that you want to put up your holiday decorations or listen to holiday music? When do you get into that mood? Now into the shade Dark Magic. Also, when I woke up today, I wasn't sure I was going to film, but I was like, you know what? I have all day. We didn't make plans. We knew we were going to stay up late. So like we literally just made plans to not do anything. But then I was like, you know what? I have this time. Why not film and use some of the makeup that I haven't been able to use because of my current schedule? Now into the shade Villainous. This one I'm just going to pick up on my pencil brush ever so slightly. And in the outer corner, just slightly smudge the black in and then bring it down underneath. On this edge right here, I'm going to take Villainous and just deepen it up a little bit. And even though I have the black there, I'm just taking the purple over it to just kind of deepen it up and fix my angles. I'm really liking this. Lots of fun, very dark. Okay, now I did do my base products. It doesn't look like I did a lot of contour and bronzer. I did. I just kept it pretty neutral because the foundation is very pale and I have not self-tan in like almost 2 weeks now. It's a preference. So I'm just going to keep things kind of subdued and keep the focus on the eyes. So this is the little Sigma blush. It's so cute. But then that's what that looks like. And in the blush, you have the outline of Ariel and the prince. Oh, that's a really pretty pink. And at first I was like, do I need the blush and highlighter? Because like I said, I'm not on a no buy. I'm just on a very selective low buy because I do eventually have to take this stuff back with me to the States. I don't get a military move. It has to fit in my suitcases or be shipped home. And I don't want to ship my makeup because makeup can break in shipping, but I could ship my clothes home. Those are fine. I do have a Pelican case that I brought all my filming equipment and some of my makeup in. That is very like bubblegum pink. Tis fun, tis fun. I just had to match whatever is on this side with the other side. And then because it's a powder on top of everything else, I will use my sponge to just kind of press everything in. When I've been using my powder products, I've been using my damp sponge to just kind of push it in. Even though I've already powdered, I want it to just kind of have that like second skin look. And I'll get that also when I do my setting spray. But it just presses it in, kind of melts it into the skin. All right. And then there's also the highlighter. So this is in this shade Seashell. This one, let's swatch it real quick. Ooh, okay, so it kind of has like a purpley pink undertone. Kind of cool toned. All right, let's use this in the inner corner, in the brow bone, and then the cheeks. And this one has the imprint of the Undersea Castle. I love the details on this collection. Super cute. I really like that. It's kind of subtle, but it has the little like pinkiness to it. Super cute. Let me go do brows, liner, mascara. I'll come back because I have the little lip kit. Okay, you guys. So along with the release, there is a lip kit. So there's lip cream and 2 lip glosses. Very pretty shades. So this is the lip oil in Sunset. I do like the applicators. Like they're getting quite interesting. Let's see. Look at how gorgeous that is. It has like orange, gold, and pink, kind of like peachy shade of glitter. We have the lip cream in Dingle Hopper, which is a nude tone. That's pretty. That's gonna need a lip liner. And then lip oil in Coral. This one looks like it has a little more color to it. Oh yeah, really pretty. I'm gonna go with Dingle Hopper, but I do need a lip liner. Okay, so what seems to be like my tried and true lip liner right now is the Wherever Walnut from Makeup Forever. This is the original one, not the like Stay Put Forever, the newer one that I just picked up. I like both of them, but I also know that I need to use this one up too. And for as much as I've been using it, and I use it all the time, like there's a lot of products still left. So it may just last forever. All right, now into the shade Dingle Hopper. I'm glad I went with Wherever Walnut because it is a little bit deeper of a shade than Dingle Hopper, so it's giving me some more depth than Very Pale. That is really pretty. And it is super creamy. You guys, this is the final look. You're gonna have to let me know your opinion. Like, what do you think of this eye look? It is very dark and sultry, and I love the chromes on here, the multi-tones, multi-dimensions. So beautiful. This palette from Sigma, so gorgeous. I know I didn't use any of the neutral shades per se, like not in the majority of this eye look, but I do want to play around with this quad area. I think it'll be a lot of fun, especially as we're finishing out fall, going into winter. This palette is a lot of fun. I feel like I used quite a bit of the shades in here. Maybe didn't steer too much into the greens, except for this shade right here, which is Swimming. But I think I'll get a lot of use out of this palette while I'm here. Let me know your thoughts. Are you picking this up? Were you gonna pass on it and maybe this changed your mind? I'm interested, put it in the comments. Also, the blush, I feel like once I just kind of patted it in with my dampened sponge, it just melted into the skin. You wouldn't even know that it's a powder. And the little like components for them, they're so cute. So you have the blush in True Love with Ariel and the Prince. And then you have the highlighter in Seashell with the Undersea Castle. Just so cute. I think they put a lot of time and effort into the idea and concept of these little components. They're so cute. And then I always love a good lip oil for everyday use. And then the lip cream is just super gorgeous. Let me know your thoughts. Picking it up, passing on it, not your color story. Let me know. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications to new videos. If you like this video, make sure to big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.